Hi, hello, and welcome. So, infamous influencer James Charles recently came out with a take that was so shit, one has to start wondering if he gets off on being cancelled. In case it wasn't already clear enough for you, he has now made it painfully so by publicly announcing to everybody that James Charles hates you if you are poor. And all this started with Spirit Airlines, which is an American airline, obviously. A cheaper one, I do believe. I'm not fully versed in like American stuff, I will say. But I do believe this was like a more cheap and cost efficient airline that was then recently shut down. But of course, with the main part of it all being that a bunch of workers are now out of jobs, which is great in this market, which is already so easy to get a job in. And as one might think, that of course is going to cause a lot of people to be in a very difficult position right now, especially the way things are right now. We're definitely not in a good time for workers and the working class. So James Charles' most recent outrage was then triggered by one of these workers who are now out of jobs coming into his DMs requesting some help with a GoFundMe if he potentially could. And this is the TikTok he posted to his audience ranting about this woman because it filled him with so much anger. Because imagine poor people coming into his rich DMs, and these are his very wise words on the topic.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled.
Like, look at this creature. This is like, he just radiates like evil aura. Like, genuinely, he's always been a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. But like this, you cannot tell me that this does not give you like DC supervillain energy. He is gleefully and angrily talking about a woman begging for help because it's probably her last resort. He is a millionaire. He's more than fine, but he is offended that the poor scum dares ask him for money. He honestly seems more angry at the fact that this person isn't a fan of his. Like, is that what touched your ego so badly? The fact that this isn't like a, hey sister type of girl, is that the problem? That the poor aren't big enough fans of you? That's the issue?
That I'm gonna send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Welcome to the real world, sweetheart.
My God. Okay. It's giving Kim Kardashian, but okay.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Imagine being such a out of touch person, a person who is like, you've only used all of your fame, your money, and everything to do horrible deeds, by the way, like trying to fly out little children to your house so you can allegedly have sexual relations with them. But of course, why would you spend your not at all hard-earned money on helping another human being in need when you can spend it on diddling children? Oh, obviously, of course. Oh, we aren't thinking of the costs of the diddling, clearly. Oh my God, that's why he's poor. He can't spend money on people needing help because he has to diddle kids.
People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that,
Yeah, why? Why would you be a human being with empathy and normal humanity when you can just, be the devil?
17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need the GoFundMe? I can at least 1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off, okay? I'm not the one.
Maybe, James, you should look into yourself. Truly self-reflect a little bit and think about Why did this piss you off so badly? One DM from one person. And I do realize that this is probably exactly what he wants, like a bunch of people talking about him. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't normally feed into this, but it's the fact that this has become such a standard take from so many out of touch, horrible people like him. It's just insane to me. And the amount of people who have been so lucky and so privileged during either to be just simply be born in the right time, to be able to be old enough and an adult at the right time, to get a job at the right time, to get a house at the right time. He has not come to his position with hard work. And to be a person then to yell at another person who has been a proper worker, who just lost your job because a company got laid off. Like, come on, do you not have any humanity left?
Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally gonna be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's gonna be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million that everybody else dies. Like, go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping.
Bruh.
This is just, I don't know, he just exudes evil. It's like he doesn't even try to cover up the disgustingness of his soul anymore.
Helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you.
Of course, because a human only deserves to eat and pay rent and have money for that if you have kissed James Charles' toes, obviously.
Suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? Oh. What are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl. Put some effort into the workplace.
Everybody knows who's been in the workplace like the last 10 years. Everyone knows it's so easy. Like, it's so easy, don't you know? You can just like walk in, you say, bitch, give me a job right now, and then you just get a job. Don't you even know that? Like, have you even tried that?
Evil aura, absolutely evil. But of course, surprise, surprise, people didn't take this video very well. I wonder why. He's so calm and collected and kind. I can't believe why. And then, of course, in standard James Charles fashion, he released an apology video before he deleted it, when, of course, that also did not get good feedback. Of course, I wonder why.
So I ended up deleting the video that I posted yesterday talking about people who send me GoFundMe links that have never followed, supported, DM me before, just begging for money. And most people were like, enjoying the video, saying it was a valid point, but it definitely started causing some discourse in the comments, and a lot of people were just saying it was out of touch and insensitive, and they're right. It was definitely,
of course,
a harsh choice of words, maybe not my best video, and I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever. And
yeah, which you know by now, James. You have been on the internet for long enough to know that yes, it is indeed forever. And I think you do know. I think you're doing this because the only attention you can get these days is negative attention.
Now a lot of content creators are using like the 5-second clip in the very beginning where I'm like, you're a lazy piece of shit, get a new job, to upload their cute little think pieces being like, influencers are all so out of touch. This is so disgusting. You don't know how hard it is in the job market these days.
You don't, though. You don't. That is the truth. You don't know how hard it is. You know why? Because you never had to deal with it. Not just like, oh, in a few years. No, you've never had to deal with it. Because you were lucky enough to get all of this served up to you on a golden platter at 16.
Days. Oh my God, give me a fucking break. I am out of touch, first and foremost.
Yeah, you are.
I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience. I think it's tacky. I think it's annoying. And I also think it's...
You can also be tacky and annoying even if you don't do that. Did you know that, Charles?
Quite insulting to the audience watching, as if you guys are going to be fooled into thinking that. You've been watching me for 10 years now. It's no secret that I have been able to find success doing what I've done.
Find success, he says. Find success. No success found you, James. You didn't do shit. You were lucky. That is all.
It didn't start that way, though. I started from literally nothing and had a dream for myself and was determined to literally do anything to make it happen. And luckily, I've been blessed to be able to do that and now call this my full-time job. The reason I made that video yesterday...
Yeah, and boy, isn't that one of the internet's biggest mistakes in the world, making someone like you famous.
Though was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire to actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation. They immediately result in asking for help. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for help. In my personal opinion, though, it should be a last resort.
And in what world would you know that this was not this person's last resort? Like, use your brain for 5 seconds.
If you disagree, that's totally fine. That's your personal opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having mine. There's a lot of people responding back to the video being like, oh my gosh, he has no idea how hard the job market is. I've been applying for new jobs for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years now, and I've literally heard back nothing from any of the jobs. I'm sorry that that is happening to people. I know.
No, you're not. You don't care. Like, you are literally the rich people in the Hunger Games being like, oh, let's send this one a gift. Let's give him a weapon so he can chop the other children up.
The job market fucking sucks. I've heard so many horror stories. I can't even imagine what that's like. Those are the people, in my opinion, that are totally valid in asking for help. The person that I made the video about yesterday lost their job last week at Spirit Airlines, along with 17,000 other people. And granted, I don't know this person. Maybe making a GoFundMe link was really their last resort.
Yeah.
I just personally do not believe that to be the case, because I know for a fact that they sent this same exact DM to hundreds of different influencers and celebrities. This person did not follow me. They have never.
None of the things he's saying is actually proving anything of the things he's trying to say. You know what I mean? This is what happens when your intelligence is very low. Because none of the things he says is actually relevant at all. The fact that they sent, okay, they lost their job a week ago. Okay, and they might have known about this for a long time. They might have been searching for a job for a long time. Anyway, doesn't really matter, does it? And also, the thing is, even if you do apply for jobs for ages right now, if you need money for rent today and you need money for food today, that is not going to save you to get a new job. It's like he doesn't even know anything about these things. Like, when you get a job, even if you were lucky enough in this horrible, like, not even just horrible, like world record awful time that we live in, if you were lucky enough to even get a job, there will still be a whole month until you get paid. That is a whole month without income. That has a lot to say for the working people who are, not of your station, James. For those people, that money really matters. For you, I'm sure it's like a fart in the wind.
DM me previously. They have never supported me on any social platforms. They have never purchased from Painted. This person was literally just spam copying and pasting this DM to every person that they assumed had money to offer them. And I'm sorry, just because somebody has money does not mean that you're entitled. I'm sorry if that comes across as insensitive or privileged or mean, but welcome to the real world. It's fucking hard out there. Nobody owes anybody anything. The universe will.
Okay, yeah, they sent you a message. That doesn't mean you lose your humanity. Do you not understand that? Just because someone is struggling and asks you for help, or because they weren't following you and begging for your praises for years before this, that doesn't mean you need to just not be human. It doesn't give you a right to just be like a demon on earth. People aren't talking about the woman and the situation. They're talking about your lack of character. They're talking about what this whole situation signifies, what it shows in you.
And a little bit of effort goes a really, really long way sometimes. I stand behind what I said, 10 toes down. Instead of spending an hour copying and pasting the same DM to 100 different celebrities or influencers, you could have spent the same amount of time copying and pasting a job application to hundreds of different companies. Or, hear me out, put in a little bit of effort. If you want to send the DMs, at least spend 20 seconds before you hit send, customizing it to the person that you're asking for money from, right? Hi, sister. James, I've been watching your YouTube videos since I was a teenager. You really taught me how to do makeup and have positively impacted my life every single Friday.
God, he's such a fucking whiny little crybaby. Oh my God. Positively impacted. James, you diddle children.
Hey, I'm in this shitty situation. Do you think that you could help? Probably would have gone a lot further than a generic message. Or instead of copy and pasting the same job application to hundreds of different companies, send in 10 job applications to companies that you really care about and you think you could fit in with, and then customize your application and your cover letter, letting these recruiters or hiring people know that you're the best candidate for this job.
Yeah, because that's exactly how it happens, guys. Don't you know that if you just do all the things he said, you just get a job like this? It just happens because you deserve it so much. That's just how it happens. Because like getting a job is just about how hard you apply.
why they should want you on their team. I know putting in the extra work and effort probably feels useless when you know that you're in a sea of DMs or job applicants, but trust and believe, as somebody who's now on the other side of things, the little bit of extra effort does go a very long way.
You are not on the other side of things. The delusion, the delulu-ness. You are so delulu, James. To think that you represent someone on the other side of it when you have never, not a day in your life, had to work even half as much as most people do when they apply for jobs. You never had to.
And unfortunately, taking the easy route is usually never going to work. That's just my 2 cents. Just a word.
You should have kept those 2 cents, honey, since you're apparently so, hard up for cash.
Advice. You can take it, you can leave it, it's all good. I just wanted to provide some more context on my video yesterday because I do not like how it's being twisted and taken out of context. It was definitely never my intention to undermine anybody who's trying to work and provide a better future for themselves.
That's why he posted another video continuing to undermine everyone who works and applies for jobs in this horrible work market and who's not a privileged little piece of shit like him.
Family and their loved ones. I just don't exactly think that that is what this person was trying to do, or at least the right way to go about doing it.
That's just what I think, though. But surprise, people did not take this well either, because when a actual supervillain has a supervillain take and then apologize for that supervillain take when he gets shit for it by doubling down on his supervillain take, people aren't going to like it. Surprise. So he deleted that as well, and then he posted another apology video, this time a bit more PR coded.
Yesterday morning, I posted a video on this account talking about how a woman had lost her job at Spirit Airlines, and she sent me a message with a GoFundMe link asking me to donate. And the video was basically me yelling at the camera, being super upset and frustrated because this person had never followed me, never supported me before, and it was clear that she had basically copied and pasted this DM to every influencer and celebrity she possibly could, asking for a handout. And I called her lazy. I said she was stupid. And I said she should have spent the time that she spent copying and pasting the message, applying for jobs instead. This video was fucking stupid. It was rude, it was obnoxious, it was privileged, and most importantly, it was completely fucking unnecessary. When I saw that DM, I absolutely had the choice to ignore it and say absolutely nothing at all and move on with my day. But instead, I couldn't even tell you why. Her message just triggered me, and I decided instead to make a video about it. And I bashed her, and it was obnoxious, and I shamed her for asking for help in a situation where she was clearly really struggling, and this could have been her absolute last resort.
This just tells me that he knows exactly what he's doing, and this also tells me that it is exactly like I thought, that he just wants the negative attention, because for him, any kind of attention is good. Because he knows what he's doing. He's rage baiting, basically. I mean, he knows exactly why people are angry at him and is capable of understanding that afterwards. So obviously he already knew. Come on.
I have no idea what was going on in her life, and I should have never assumed that she was just copying and pasting this DM as an easy way out. I don't know. I just don't know. My intention behind making this video in the first place was, I get a lot of messages like this every single day. And for me personally, it definitely sucks to receive messages from people that don't follow you and don't support you, treating you like our personal ATM or bank account. But what I'm sure sucks even fucking more is not knowing where your next paycheck is coming from and not being sure whether or not you're going to be able to put food on the table.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know, would you? Because you don't even have the empathy necessary to be able to put yourself into a situation you have clearly never had to be in, because you are lucky.
For yourself and your family. So it really doesn't matter what my intentions were behind making the video, because it came across as super fucking privileged and like I was basically shaming anybody that's unemployed for not trying hard enough to get a job.
Because you were.
And I feel awful because that wasn't my intention, and it really hurt a lot of people. And I know that it's not that easy. I know that the job market fucking sucks right now. I have friends that are looking for jobs. I have my own employees that I try my best to take care of. And I've heard so many fucking horror stories online of companies ghosting people, recruiters wasting everybody's time, people applying for job after job and not hearing back for 6 months, a year, 2 years. I know that it's really fucking hard out there, and that most people are just doing their best and trying their best to figure it out and to make it by. And if this person happened to choose sending out GoFundMe links as their method of trying to make it by, who am I to judge? Especially when you consider the fact that my method of figuring it out and getting by was making makeup videos online. I just happened to get really lucky, and now, years later, I'm in a blessed and privileged position. But as somebody with a platform, it's my responsibility to humble myself and to never take what I have for granted. And when I made that video today, that is exactly what I did. I was speaking from a very privileged, obnoxious, ignorant standpoint. And for anybody that saw that video and was disappointed or upset with what I said, I am super sorry, especially to the woman from Spirit Airlines.
Oh, sure, especially to the woman you hate so severely because she's not even a fan. Just say you're evil. It would be easier, than to go through all of this charade you're doing right now. Just say you're evil.
Sometimes I genuinely forget how many people are watching, and it was completely inappropriate to make a joke out of somebody just trying to provide for themselves and their family. That's definitely my bad.
Now, that is his take on these situations. So let's go to look at someone else who's actually in these situations. Maybe they will have a different view on it, I wonder, than the overly privileged rich white boy. Literally. This is actually my situation. I feel this so bad.
And another thing, because this gets me heated, unless you've been on a job search in the last 2 years, you do not know how bad it is out here. The job market is trash. Basura, it's been bad. I'm talking about applying to 20 jobs a day, reaching out to recruiters, doing this on LinkedIn, and hearing crickets. People are trying. People are not lazy. And then people who have a job give the most useless advice, like, why don't you tailor your resume to every single job? You don't think that I've done that? Unless your job is hiring and you have a referral, zip it.
Literally, her calling out exactly what little Miss James Charles was saying as well. You don't think every person who is fighting to survive, to pay their rent, to have a roof over their head, to have food on the table, you don't think every single person who is living through this every goddamn day is doing their best? You really think that? What kind of person are you if you genuinely believe that, people just want to suffer? Is that what you think? Obviously, people are doing their best. And as you can see, these are people actually going through it. And yeah, I agree with this woman 100%. Like, do not tell me. If you're not in it, do not tell me shit about this situation. I myself have been and currently am in this situation. And it's hard. It's rough. It's difficult. My friends, all of my friends who are my age, we all have high education, spent so much time and money on our educations, and still it doesn't do shit for you. We have done the references, the customization, the applying broadly for everything. People have done absolutely everything. But guess what? It's a ruthless job market who does not care about humans at all. And you're not just going to get into it because you apply hard enough. That's not how that works. And if you think that, you're genuinely unintelligent, like what this woman talks about.
I just got denied a job from Target. I have a fucking bachelor's degree. I spent 4 years on a bachelor's degree. And then my parents in Great Old America told me, go get your master's degree because that will absolutely solidify you a job. I can't get a cashier's job.
Tell me about it, girl.
I cannot get a minimum wage job. If I was not making money doing UGC on side shift, which literally anybody could do, a 5-year-old, I would be in a ditch. I wouldn't be able to pay to live. So I have to ask America, what are we doing? How are we supposed to make money? How are we supposed to live?
Exactly. And literally, this has been my situation. This has been the situation of like almost all my friends, all the people I know are in these situations and have been for a long time because it is a horrible, horrible market. It doesn't matter that you have education up the wazoo. It does not matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter that you have references. It doesn't matter how pretty your cover letter looks. It does not matter how customized your freaking resume is. You will still not get a chance. That is the reality of the work market. Yes, I seem annoyed in this, I'm sure. And I am, because it is annoying to me to see overly privileged people not even appreciate the privilege that they have or use that privilege for something good, but just using it to spread pure evil, in my opinion, and putting down people who are already struggling. It's insane to me. I don't like it, I don't respect it, and I think it should be eradicated. But at the end of the day, I can only leave you with this. It is one thing to be out of touch with reality, and another thing entirely to be out of touch with your humanity. And for a lot of rich people and a lot of influencers and celebrities, I sadly do feel it is the latter. Are you going to believe some spoiled rich kid who got famous at 16 and who's never had to do anything in his life? Or are you going to believe the people who are in these situations talking about them? And don't let people ever make you think that it's on you, that you're not doing enough when you're probably working your ass off just like every other person in this situation is doing. Just trust that most of us do know that we're all in the same situation and we're all working our hardest and doing what we can do. And that includes you. Please remember that and don't let people like this put you down, because at the end of the day, this is just a person speaking with very little knowledge. So those are my thoughts on the topic. I don't know, it's near and dear to me personally and all of my friends, and I fully know how it is. And I've seen so many people, and I've been the person working my ass off. I've been the person having complete panic attacks, crying because you don't know where you're going to get the money to pay your rent or to buy food. And we're still in it, you know, like most people out there are. So just know that at least I understand you, I get you, and I think you're all doing a really good job because I know how hard it is. Tell me your stories in the comments if you want to talk about like how shitty this freaking work market is right now and how hard it is to just live. If you want to rant, if you want to just let it out, then hey, feel free to do so in the comments, and I'll look at it all and I'll listen. Against all odds, if you like this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more like this later, then hit subscribe. And you can follow along for the next video. With that, I will see you in the next one. So